Hey guys, Frank here. I'm balancing my props on my Blade 350QX. These are the spare set here. I got my blade late enough where the B props were already installed and already coming on the Blade 350QX, and there was a spare set in the box too, like most of you guys got. So I don't have the problem with the blade failure on this. Although I did get the Small Parts CNC adapters. I got them really nice looking with the spinners that came as a set, and I bought a set of 8 by 4.5 inch APC props, which I balanced already, and I'm going to throw them on at some point in time. But right now I'm having some pretty good success with the blade props. And what I'm showing you here is this little prop balancer, little magnetic prop balancer I got off of eBay, seller Emily and Lily. About $6.50, really nice looking thing. It's a magnetic prop balancer, so there's no friction or nothing to worry about. Does a real good job on these. And another thing is I'm balancing the props here. I want you guys to understand when you balance props, always sand the back of the prop, not the front. The front of the prop is the top airfoil. And if you know anything about aerodynamics, if you've ever seen an airplane wing, the air always flows faster over the top of the wing as opposed to the bottom of the wing, because that needs to be the more efficient side, so that needs to be the smoothest side. So hence your propeller, the front of your propeller or the top of your propeller, depending on whether you're flying a quad or an airplane, the top or the front of the propeller is the smooth side, and that needs to be smooth. So always sand the back of your props when you're bouncing. Now getting back to the 350QX, these gray props, which are on the rear, are really out of imbalance. They're really out of imbalance. I got the quad here, and you can see that this is sanded here. You can see it, it's sanded. But I had to throw some tape along with sanding on these props, on the gray props in the back, because there was such a difference in balance. And I'm throwing the Scotch tape on here, which I got from Night Flyer on YouTube. He had some real good suggestions on that. So I'm using just real thin Scotch tape because you don't need much. And you don't want to remove too much material because you don't want to ruin the integrity of the prop. So, you know, I'm using a Dremel sanding, a Dremel tool. See it sanded here. The red props responded pretty well. I was able to get them balanced in without throwing any tape on them. These gray props are really wacky. I mean, it just, you know, just so far out of balance. And I'm sanding them with a Dremel. And the sanding disc that I'm using, it's a medium sanding disc. Medium sanding disc, number 412. If that gets into focus there, you can see that. So medium sanding disc number 412 from Dremel. And that's what I'm using. And I'm taking it and I am just, you know, going back and forth on it real nice and light and easy because it's a medium sanding disc. You don't go too crazy. You can see it's out of balance. And I'm taking this off here. And what I'm probably going to end up having to do is probably throwing tape on this side because of the, I don't want to take too much off. I'm trying to take as much off as I can without ruining the integrity of the prop. I noticed some jello on the last flight I had. I got a video of me flying the quad in a snowstorm we had here about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. In the beginning stages when it was up there. I only took it up in smart mode. I haven't been going crazy. I've been flying it in smart mode. Smart mode is working out pretty good. I've had it in stability mode, taking it straight up for some of those high altitude flights, just getting stuff. But like I said, I only have the one video up, and I've noticed on a couple videos I took flying out over my property and down the street, I noticed a little bit of jello. So when I took these props off and checked the balance, I was actually kind of surprised how out of balance they were. So do me a favor, if you guys are doing FPV or if you guys are doing some recording of video, balance your props. You'll get a much smoother flight. I also cut these real thick ties I had on my quad. Had these real thick ties on there. These had these real thick ties on there. I think they were ruining the they were just too stiff and not letting the mount flex. So I cut these off and I put these little thin ones on, and I think it's going to make the mount work a little bit better. I think it was too stiff on there, making the mount, you know, not absorbent, but transmitting the vibration all the way through the camera. So I went ahead and cut them off, put thinner ones on, you know, just for security, because these things might pull free if you pull some G's on them. So again, that's it. Balancing the props, and guys, do me a favor, balance your props. Make sure you always sand the back of the prop. I explained the airfoil thing for you. The propeller is basically like an airplane wing, and the top part or the front part of the propeller is actually the top part of the wing, and the air moves faster. You can go on YouTube and you can check out how a wing flies and everything, but the air travels faster over the top as opposed to the bottom, and that's why you want to sand the back or the bottom of the props. So just go ahead and do that, and you'll be fine. But balance your props. You'll get a lot better flight time. you get more performance, you'll get more efficiency out of it because you're not spinning everything out of bounds. Nothing will shake loose if you got wires plugged in or connected, and your video should look a whole lot better. So just remember, balance your props and sand the back of the prop, not the top or the front of the prop. Thanks a lot, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.